Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a very, very wonderful day, Sunday morning. I find it very difficult to sleep, lying there in the bed this morning, and I'm reminded just what happened on the 14th here in Atlanta, Georgia. Another brother was killed by another murderer, called himself a cop. And I sat there and I'm thinking about this. It's just the 9th, June 9th, George Floyd was buried. 5 days later, another brother is dead. So all the talking and everything meant nothing. So ladies and gentlemen, what do we say about this? What do we say about it? Ask yourself, what do we say about this? I know what I say about it. I'm reminded of something. There was something they used to call a long time ago when I see that these white people and cops, especially one in power, just keep killing us and without any problems, without any consequence. So I'm thinking to myself, I've seen this before, and I'm reminded, yes, this is the savagery, the savagery. These are the same savagery that took place with the natives. So it's saying that these killers are savages. They are absolutely savages. Now, we say they call the natives savages, but now we see who the savages really are. So what are we going to do about these savages? Well, the savage, they murdered us with the cops, and then they got the President of the United States saying that if we don't like it, he's going to send out not just the National Guard, he's going to send out the military to hold us captives and force us to be slaves. And if we don't like it, he's going to use the military to kill us. Ain't that some stuff? The bullets start flying. So what does that say about American people and how they respond to one another? What does that say about the problems of the day, white people and black people? What does it say? It says that the savage does not care. All he wants to do is be a savage. You saw him. You saw him when you saw him walking around with guns and stuff, going to state capitals with all the guns, like the stuff, machine guns, guns that they shouldn't be carrying, bulletproof, whatever they got on, bats and stuff, going up to the state capitals, talking about what they're not going to take. Those are the savages, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the savages. Rather than trying to solve the problem, they're sitting up talking about nobody's going to take over their streets in a nation that everybody that came here to visit or came here running for our lives. And here these people now trying to say. So I say to this, ladies and gentlemen, what does this savagery proposition? It is that they're going to kill blacks. It doesn't matter what it is. They're going to do whatever they can to keep blacks as second-class citizens. That's what they're going. That's what they're doing. That's not what they're saying. That's what they're doing. So ask ourselves, what are we going to do against these savages? Well, ask yourself, what does the savage care about? Well, what does the president say? We don't care about the people. Put them back to work. The virus is still here. Mask is not going to stop you really from having it. It might help some. But working, we need you to work so that the economy can look good, so that the robbers and the thieves and the God, the master, savage, the most evil of this race in America, the most evil part of the human race in America wants to stand up and oppress others. And they want to do what is important to them. Keep the company, keep the businesses, keep the money flowing. So I ask you, ladies and gentlemen, what did the white people, what did these savages do to black people in 1921? What did these savages do to black people when black people started their own Black Wall Street? When they said, okay, we're free now, we can do our own thing. The savages got jealous, the savages got upset, and they came and bombed up everything. The churches, the homes, the businesses, the buildings, everything. They burned it up. And when we, the people of God. That's what I'm going to call us. The people who want to treat people right. When we tried to readjust ourselves, they came back and murdered us all. Why? Because they hated us, because they couldn't stand us, because they were savages. And right now, that savagery still is in them. And so how do you stop a savage? You stop a savage by hitting him where it hurts. Where does it hurt? In his pocketbook. My grandmother told me, my great grandmother that raised me told me one thing. She said, boy, and I was raised in Mississippi. She said, you're going to go out into the world now, and this is a hell of a fire world. I'm going to tell you something. I don't want you to ever steal, because if you do, your life is messed up. You know the white man runs the show. He's running things in America right now. But if you kill a person and you act like you're sorry you didn't mean to do it or whatever, the white man will let you off. She was talking about the slave master. But if you mess with his money, you can forget it. So one of the things I did in America myself was I messed with America's money, trying to get that savage off of our neck. And I tried to use that to tell the American people that this was a savage, had nothing to do with God. He was straight out of the pit of hell from the way he was acting. Going to prisons. And now I sit here right now, and we are still treated the same way. They have shown the world who they are, and now they expect the world to cut the light off and go back to bed. We had a little disruption. Now we're going to go back to bed, and things will be as they were. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I say. I say they got all the guns. We cannot fight that savage. They got all the firepower. They got all the powers of destruction. They can wipe us out with guns and bullets like nothing. So we can't deny that. That savage is ready. But we are the people who are at the bottom level. We are at the grassroots level. We're at the ground level. The only thing that we can do to to save ourselves is keep a box of matches in our pocket. And when you see those guys, those cops coming down there, they took the knee off your neck right now, but they got their sticks, they got their billy clubs, and they're beating you like they're trying to break your leg, like trying to break your head. This is the government. This is a government of people telling the people who are oppressed and who are suffering at this government to hell with you. That's what they're saying to us. Take it any damn way. That's what they say. And are we going to be like the German people that killed a million Jews, they say? Are we going to be like the people under the apartheid, just kill and take it? Are we going to be like the people in the 60s in Mississippi, just put dogs on people and continue to lynch them? And say, are we going to continue to take that? If we continue to take that treatment, then yes, we are savages. Savages that you can just kill because they're there. But ladies and gentlemen, when you started protesting the other day, they said you look good. They said all kinds of nice things about you. When you said to hell with this and stood up and started rioting and tearing up some buildings and stuff, they got crazy. First they started talking about giving you some concessions. Then the president started talking about murdering you. And now the police are back out murdering you. And the question is, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? When they did it to us, ladies and gentlemen, nobody went to jail. I don't even believe anybody even got punished for it. They just wiped out some second-class citizens. It didn't mean nothing. So what happens if the second-class citizens stand up this time and say, no more? If you want to live, brother, we're going to live together. Because if you don't want us to live, you don't have a right to live. I'm going to tell you what God said. If you want to take our lives, you do not have a right to live. And if you come up and want to keep that savage stuff on us, we expect God to defend us. But if God's defense means that we got to open up our minds and put up our brainwashing and allow the spirit of life come into us, and we defend ourselves against your turkey by allowing you to bomb your own country. You didn't mind it when you were destroying yourselves, the South and the North, over money, over power. You were killing each other over power to control us, the people of color. And you're still doing it. As long as this earth's been here, you're still doing it. It's time for it to stop. And I'm personally saying, and I'm sure a lot of other people saying it too, if this is going to continue, perhaps it's time the human experience is ended. Maybe human beings are not fit to continue to exist. And maybe we should just be like the dinosaurs. If all of us can't live, then none of us should live. God, if all of us can't live, then perhaps none of us should live. Something got to answer the acts of the savage. Thank you.